Everybody have a drink? Yeah. All right. First reading of the night. Okay. I'd like to be under the see poppy, see garden, see rose, see lily, see iris, see violet, awkward Venus posing among chimneys with a rag of sea. See the under swanfish thickening logo saw how the sea mother sea shroud strewn seared with a sedilla under the sea. See a holy thing to see. See laps as a lapis lap. See horses who will do it out of manes, words, airs, birds. See horses, horror, errors, syllabi. See here stained among salt weeds. See a season for the seeking gut, drenched as they pass. See when you have no eyes, when your legs are wood. See them riding seaward, lingering in the chambers of the sea. With sea girls read with seaweed, no time sea flight. See it no man Gonzaga, his heirs and his conquered lines. See surge wretched outcast Elsker. See the lofty moans of daring ado. See pieces, poesis, a mirror, the depraved ecstasy, cipher, sensorious son of a sea biscuit. See the best minds, seasons, slay sprawl, slough, star, sunstruck. See the Mercury, clerical. See the wood for the trees for the forest, the color of money, how the land lies. See double, see eye to eye and sink into the embouchure, cool brush. See as the Dead Sea sees which way the wind, the arrows, the waves, the glass half mast. See the writing on the world of sea. Checking in, part 1. Ulysses is listening to Siren Song on Spotify. Bartleby just checked in as Scriveners. Marshall McLuhan is rocking out to the Global Village people. BP is filling up at BP. Moses Maimonides is launching The Hitchhiker's Guide for the Perplexed. Herman Melville is listening to Hootie and the Blowfish. William Wordsworth is wandering lonely on iCloud. Jean Baudrillard is reading Beyond the Looking Glass. Jacques Derrida's glass is half full, but his copula runneth over. Alfred Hitchcock is listening to Counting Crows. Dorothy Wordsworth is listening to Shakespeare's Sister. J. Alfred Prufrock uploaded 1,000 insects to his wall. Gertrude Stein and Alice B. Toklas are listening to Twisted Sisters. Jacques Lacan just checked in at The Gap. Immanuel Kant is listening to No Doubt. HD is now available in HD. Avraham Abulafia is listening to My Alchemical Romance. Deleuze and Guattari are listening to Rage Against the Machine. Nirvana is listening to Doom of Youth. Salome is listening to The Talking Heads. The Mechanical Bride is listening to White Wedding. The Walter Benjamin is listening to Arcade Fire. Bertolt Brecht just verfremded himself. Un chien andalou is doing the downward dog. Saussure is doing some insider trading. Nothing is outside of text. Oasis is reading Poesis. ABBA is rethinking their scansion. The Lone Ranger is reading The Stranger. Some young Mooney likes the Vale of Chamouni. Harold Innes is drinking Guinness. King Lear is drinking out of a blind glass carafe. Einstein is on the beach. Thank you. More of that to come later. All right, I'm going to read a few selections from a spoken word whatever, an opera I'm working on, revisiting Salome. This is delicious wine. Thank you. Treat me with wild rampage, wrought mementos, researched embers. We will be riddled in juicy entrees. We will remember the aching logos of iffy hysteria. I am a bricolage, but cadence, oh yes, a drafter of rules asylum, as the tenets of catered radar, as the courtiers of silly memes. How fancy you are, rhizome disguised as love. How fickle, like phonemic fairies of jouissance, woven gatherer. How grand our breaths of levity, our grafters of cinders, our engines of deceits. And what shadowed abyss of top turns is riddled in the flocks of campy anon? And what breathy mambo of moaning nomads is frothing in the foolscap of your wet roulettes? And what sleuthed verity, and what slangy biases, what cooing lurks in the sachet of racy traces, dear preponderance, the mounting inertia of flailing labor's bedside, like chaperone tenets. I have passed thee, oh my love, to a symphony of hollers in the flurry of riots. Come with me, my leave, come away for the long, wet, with mouthy repasts in the slang blurred slinging of the penned air of poppy affect, furtive inertia, nourishing debris, and fine-gowned figura, and rendered gaps, gowned in trendy vagrant. Come, with me, my leave, compi melee, come, crooked surplus, succumb, let me harness you, your viscous lacquer of weighted eros, your bountiful brooding, like a chimera of mounting salience in the curve of the rock, in the shadowed fancy of ranty contretemps, my beloved saunters like a cluster of conifers in the zippers of giddy engines. How phantomatic you are, my livery, map of perfumed affect. I have coveted, oh my love, a timpani of ortex, a paste of wild parses, poesis of sweet disorder. Through the verkackte gagstock and hag stackers of antiquity, trickery, lexically like sticky, flickering Salome. You are bringing in the big guns, opening the sluice gates with your hyperdramatic excess flexed with swishy riffs, pithy spiff grifters, like a Shalom Shannon show, like a discordant accordion, like manna from mayhem. You are ebullient as you blow, like a feisty zeitgeist, a forever Riviera, and I say, ooh la lily hillbilly bill, your bum waist to hum hum dilly la brew ha hoo ha slap trap, a schismatic revisionism, and take your pixie fixity prorient lura twirly whirlers a contraton tempestuous extempore and lay me down in an elixir mixer of lexically robust postulates which say ce soir bête noire of gnarly parlors are capping cacophony of acrostic biscuits miscued skew of super cinder slippery silly singing in the flotsam frayed refrain stay. This one's for John the Baptist. 2 more of the Salome. Johnny, Johnny, Tunis bas unang, like a reason, Jean, boy, Jean. I'm only dancing, not yet Johnny on the soup, don't sleep, Johnny shoe on Jean new, kick a hole in the sky, Johnny, handsome Johnny, guitar Johnny, feel good, be good, oh Johnny, Jean, boy, when Johnny dies, dear son. Nobody knows where my Johnny goes. Big bad getaway, Saint Johnny, angel come home, back home, lady says, dipping in it might be a sin, just drive it in, drive it home, drive it deep into go Johnny, run Johnny, don't do it, look twice, l'enjant, rason, blason, soisson, here Johnny, on se jouait son till, just John, as it sink back in to the ocean. Salome, oh Salome, no sweat, no weed, no cloud, Salome, lace with BA space, no shudder, shake, gumball, mouth, Salome, swirl, no Sally slam, dunk, swing low. Ride, Sally, ride like a resale sail. Oh, Sally, beat my girl, Sally. Oh, Sally, doing dong, rock her soul, so lay me down, Sally, and don't slow me down with your tally, Sally, dolly, some soulier, what Sally says, Salome, under Salome, holy Salome, me softly telling the cadence of aphoristic rings. Checking in part 2. That's enough of that. Outback Daddy is listening to P. Diddy. Puff Daddy is reading Big Data. Neil Postman always rings twice. Anais Nin is drinking gin. Kurt Twitters is saying it with stickers. Marie Antoinette disabled her cookies but is eating cake. Gustav Klimt is listening to Kiss. Edvard Munch is watching Scream 3. Descartes is before the horse. Salvador Dali is doing the time warp again. John Cage is listening to the sound of silence. Thomas Edison is singing The Body Electric. Sylvia Plath is baking. A rose is a rose is a rose, syllabi, blue hydrangea, and a coast of golden daffodils posted in 80 flowers. And Mrs. Dalloway likes 80 flowers and is buying them herself. King Ubu just checked in at Nobu. Emily Dickinson is playing solitaire. Call me Ishmael, called me maybe. I Claudius likes I Maximus. Nude is descending a staircase to heaven. Fancy bread is in thy heart and in thy head, and also at Balthazar. Charles Reznikov's bread is becoming moldy. Still water and Prometheus are unbound. Werner Heisenberg is all strung out. HTTP is slashing it forward. The brothers Karamazov are watching Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Big Brother likes this. The Song of Songs likes the songs of Maldoror. Dr. Caligari is refacing his cabinet. Arnold Schoenberg is starting a 12-step program. Ziggy Stardust is playing Space Invaders. Arthur Rimbaud is in a drunken boat, getting all mellow poeia. Robert Frost and Jack Kerouac are on the road not taken. Gargantuan and Pantagruel are listening to They Might Be Giants. Blondie is asking you to call her. Heidegger is bung like a horse. King Ubu is strutting his pataphysique. Jean Baudrillard is at the Mirage. Armut is out the Fontainebleau. Jean Genet and Diego Velázquez shared a maid. The blood of a poet is living hand to mouth. The talking heads are asking you to stop making sense. Eman Ray is getting down to brass tacks. Girls just want to have fun. Janis Joplin is getting it while she can. Charles Olson is playing by ear, he said. Mary Mother of God is flying Virgin. Ornette Coleman is flying jazz. Thank you. And this is contour 45 for pound. In Yiddish, the word asura means forbidden, as in, to you I am forbidden. With Asura hath woman a hoarder of giddy tomes, breeched locks got mouthy and ill-fitting, where dizzy signs make over rephrase. With Asura hath woman a tainted parody of her arched will, harpies, floozies, where origin receiveth massage, where the shallow is interjected by vision. With Asura seeth woman's vagabond zigzag, her airs and kinky lines. Écriture is made to injure and to live in. It is made to be silent with Surian quixotics. With Asura slink against the naughty denouement. Is thy cred ever more than stalwart gags? Is thy misreading Derrida as precipice with the mounting treats, strong flavors? With Asura the lines grow thick. With Asura's cold recreations, where woman can mine recited for indwelling, sown, scattered, coated with fever, ripped by her ludic moor. With Asura, a woolly complex of markets heaped bling the domain of Asura. Asura is an amorous terrain. Asura, bonding, meeting of the monad's plan, and steeped by the spinner's cunning, perky borrowings gamed by Asura, ducky kudos gamed by Asura, parpada fracas of swanny bells by Asura, and salsa columns tainted gamed by Asura, gilled relics, alcoves came, ambrosial phonemes came, the kitsch of recast stained signs, altered phrases by Asura, sauntering trophy memes by Asura, scented hilarity Asura, resteth the bejazzled, it resteth the rift, and the rifting grafts it north the thread of all that blooms, it burneth to weave bold patterns, a sewer of haughty contours by Asura, crammed with moist avoidance, embroiled memory, fingering asemia, Asura sleuths shouldered by whim and chase, like hungry masks recruiting, it hath brought pulsing to brave rife, battling the languorous grid in the bridled gloom, counter and twirly wrought with vortex for elusive courses, a reset banquet all beset with Asura. Thank you.